Hello friends and neighbors, it's Sunday, September 18th. Read It First has attracted over 10,000 subscribers, and I think that storytelling is too destination-oriented. Wow, what a way to start a video.
So what am I doing?
Hey, come on, it really Thanks for joining me.
What are you filming for?
So what do I mean by storytelling being destination-oriented? Well, hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand. Over a year ago, when I first started making these videos where I wear a hat and sit in front of the bookshelf background, I made a video about spoilers. And I basically talked about how I didn't agree with the whole aspect of spoilers. I'll put a link to the video down in the description. And I still think that, but I also think it's indicative of something else that is happening in storytelling. See, a lot of stories nowadays have spoilers. That's how authors and movie makers and everyone who puts together a story really keeps the audience involved and keeps them interested. They create these plot twists, these cliffhangers, these huge defining moments like Darth Vader is Luke's father or Snape killed Dumbledore. Sorry, did I spoil things for you? And they become these huge, big things, and the whole story revolves around these huge, big things, and that becomes what the story is about. And the idea is that if you know these things ahead of time going into watching this movie or reading this book, it spoiled the experience for you. And this kind of seems to be the read it first mentality of storytelling. This idea that having knowledge of a book's events by, say, watching the movie based on it first is going to ruin the reading experience for you. Is that true? Well, it is if your concept of storytelling is destination-oriented. In my somewhat addled and confused mind, stories are split into two different parts. There's the destination, and then there's the journey. The destinations are the spoilers, the plot twists, the cliffhangers, the big, huge, defining moments that everybody remembers and that everybody comes back for. The journeys are the steps that lead up to those points. I've stated before, and I still believe, that a good plot twist has two elements. First, you have to not see it coming, duh. But second, when you look back over everything that came before, you should feel as though you should have seen it coming. Because good storytellers will drop these hints throughout the rest of the story that lead up to this destination moment so that, oh, yeah, why didn't I see that coming? Why didn't I see that the bad guy was not Snape, but really Quirrell? The signs were totally there. And that is the fun part of storytelling for me. Not the plot twist, not the spoiler aspects, not the destinations, but the journey, seeing all of the little puzzle pieces come together leading up to those destinations. The problem with the read it first mentality of storytelling is that going by that mentality, you can really only enjoy a book or a movie once. Because once you've read it and once you've seen it, you already know everything that's going to happen. You already know all the destinations, so the magic is gone. You're never going to enjoy the story as much again. However, some of my favorite books of all time, including The Time Traveler's Wife, The Book Thief, and I Am the Messenger, are books that I have read over and over and over again, and I enjoy more and more and more every time I read them. Why? Not because of the destinations, I know everything that's going to happen, but because every time I read them, I find a new little puzzle piece that I didn't see before, a new aspect of the story that led to that destination. And even the things that I already figured out, I still geek out over them because they're still really cool. And it might be because I am enjoying the construction of the story more than the story itself, but honestly, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So as you probably already guessed, I have a very journey-oriented philosophy of storytelling. I believe that the story exists not in the destination moments, not in the plot twists, but in the moments that lead up to those plot twists. And the fact of the matter is, stories can exist without the destination points. They can exist without the big plot twists. They have before, but they cannot exist without the journeys. You cannot have a good story that is made up solely of plot twists. True, some authors have tried, but you've got to have journey in there somewhere. Don't stop believing. No, not that type of journey. So I guess my message to you today is this. If you do have a destination-oriented philosophy towards storytelling, then yeah, having foreknowledge of the book's contents is going to ruin the book for you. And having foreknowledge of a movie's contents is going to ruin the movie for you, because you cannot recapture that moment of discovering the plot twist. You just can't. You can't unremember something once you already know it. And yes, I realize that that aspect of storytelling is going to be spoiled or ruined for you. There's no getting around it. And if that's all you see stories as being, then yeah, you're really only going to be able to enjoy it once. However, if you have a more journey-oriented philosophy towards storytelling, then you should be able to enjoy a good story again and again and again, because you will discover the puzzle pieces that you missed before, and you will continue to take joy in seeing those puzzle pieces come together even though you already know what's going to happen. But that's just my somewhat biased opinion on the matter, and as always, I invite you to share your opinions with me on the matter in the comments. And while you're at it, tell me, do you have a more destination-oriented philosophy of storytelling, or do you have a more journey-oriented philosophy of storytelling, or is it some mix of the two? I look forward to seeing your comments and video responses, question mark? Raise the eyebrows. And that's about it for me. Until next time, this is Matt Guyan, raising a glass to the journey.